everyone, welcome to the DNG vlog. We promised that we'll talk about how to vlog as well. So in our last video we talked about how you can start a vlog, and if writing is not your thing, then you can do this. You can talk to a camera like you're a crazy person. And so I think that vlogging is really easy. Of course it is challenging in the context that we live in, because not everybody has access to internet, and not everybody can. It's not easy to upload a video, guys. Let's just be honest.
It's really not.
And one thing that I've seen, though, that I've learned throughout this whole process of creating content for the internet is, first of all, that my work might take time to be where I want it to be. So it means that I don't need to have all the fancy equipment. I don't need to have like 50 lights and reflectors to make a good video. I could use what I have in that moment. So currently, me and Gareth, we're both photographers, so we own cameras. So for this video, we're using my camera, which is a Nikon D3100, and it's an entry-level camera. It's literally nothing fancy, but it does the job. What's your camera?
Mine is a Canon E60, I think 67mm lens. It's a good camera, but I mean, if you go out there in the market and see what's actually there, it's really nothing. It's really nothing.
And also, like, Sisa also uses
her camera.
1200, I think, Canon. And same thing, like, we're all on like entry-level kind of cameras, but we produce great work, at least. And so I would say it's always good to have a kind of quality that you're striving towards. But at the same time, make the best of what you have. And I know a lot of people have phones that have cameras than having cameras. So I know, Gareth, you have experience in doing vlogs.
So like what I was gonna say is, as you said, don't let the lack of resource stop you from starting something that you're so passionate about. So, I mean, I have a phone, and it's got like the selfie camera, so every once in a while I'll just be on my phone, and if I think of something interesting and go through something which I believe maybe God has taught me, or even nothing very deep, and just, I don't know, something silly, I just take my phone, sit on my bed, and then start shooting, and then take a number of takes, edit it on a phone app, and then post it. And it's really nothing of like, I like to think of myself as an amateur videographer or amateur photographer.
Same.
And it's really nothing like, top notch, but it's simple. It's getting the message out there, and I believe some people like it. And it's really, at the end of the day, boils down to the heart. I think, as Dee said, have a projection that, okay, I want to get to this point, but with what I have now, I can do this. And with experience, with time, and also as you gain resources, you find that you're getting to your aim. So again, similar to blogging, consistency is key and is important. I think when you create a flow for your art and say, okay, with my vlog, so this is how I do my vlogs. And similar with my blogs, I usually give a story or an anecdote or a scenario, and then I bring up a question, and then I bring up a punchline quote, and then I bring in the lesson, and then I bring in something to think about. So that's a setup for me which just sticks. So when I'm recording or when I'm writing, I don't have to create something new, so to say. I just need to have an idea and be like, okay, I can slot this in over here, I can slot this in over here, slot this in over here. And every time my reader reads something, or the viewers watch something, they've got something they're more familiar with. And I think, like, for me, I love familiarity. Like, if you give me something different every time, it's great, but then it's not easy to follow. When you're consistent with your content as well, it's a bit easier to follow, and it's easier for your audience to come at home with the content as well.
And lastly, I'll talk about the technical side of things, especially when it comes to like using your phone. So with video editing, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I know there's other softwares that are much easier, like Windows Movie Maker, probably iMovie, and all these things.
iMovie.
Premiere Pro is what I learned first, and it's what I use the most. And then on the phone, when you're taking videos using your phone, make sure you're always in landscape mode. So don't use portrait mode, because then your video will have
flat lines.
Which are not good at all. So use the landscape. Make sure you're recording in a quiet environment so that there's like people making noise, people walking around. You don't need a fancy mic, your phone is enough. And light, so pay attention to the light. You don't need fancy lighting. Like this video was shot with all natural lighting, and so you don't need fancy lighting. You can stand by the window, let the light be in your face, and take a video with your phone. And then YouTube is easy to upload. Get yourself a bundle, and then upload that thing. And again, just have what you want in mind. And there's always ways you can learn. If you can't YouTube a video on how to edit videos, you can find an article that explains everything for you. So don't be afraid to like Google things and learn things, because that's how we all learn. And so
you'd be surprised at the vast amount of resources that are online with regards to some of these things. But yeah, guys, till next time, we can't wait to see your vlogs and watch your content.
Tag us.
Tag us.
Show us.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
Peace out.